Welcome to Sailing El Jaleo. I am a mid-40-year-old who in my early 40s became disillusioned with modern society and all of its promises and pitfalls. Feeling that life was getting a little too boring, I decided to do the logical thing, which is to buy a 40-year-old sailboat and spend the next 3 or 4 years converting it into a long-range, off-grid sailing vessel. Or it might have just been a midlife crisis, who knows. From there, I enlisted the help of my trusty crew, and we've been spending the last 3 years going up and down the east coast of the United States, learning how to sail, learning how to read charts, how to navigate, how to read tides, and basically just how to survive on a sailboat. From here, we plan on spending one more summer up north, doing one last round of upgrades before finally escaping the United States in late 2024 or early 2025. These are our adventures. Feel free to come along if you'd like. At the end of last week's episode, you saw us finally arriving in St. Augustine, Florida. We actually got here close to the end of December. Now this video is coming out in February, and we did plan on spending the next 2 months in the St. Augustine area. We wanted to stay here just because it's nice and it's easy access to groceries and fuel and that kind of stuff. We were going to be spending our time between St. Augustine, the Mile 769 anchorage, and we spent most of our time at Matanzas Inlet, which is an area we just love. So I guess we might as well go ahead and get right into it. Grab a drink, climb aboard, and let's get going. The crew and I absolutely love the St. Augustine area. It is such a beautiful area. There's tons of room to anchor. There are 3 or 4 main anchorages, and there's just a lot of room, so you never have to worry about getting a space. And the St. Augustine Inlet is one of the heavier traveled inlets. It can be a little tricky navigating through this region just because there are some bigger shoals, so you do have to be a little bit careful. It is pretty neat though. The shoal right at the inlet is actually exposed every day at low tide, and as the tide comes in and out, it gets covered up. And on the weekends, that shoal is just packed with vehicles. Hi, Wee. Oh. How are you doing? Do you need to come in, Wiegand? Princess needs some attention here. All right, you okay? What do you need? Oh, what does everyone need? Fish? What's going on, Fish? What do you need, buddy? You guys need a treat. Let me get you a treat, and maybe I can finish recording. Then you just leave me alone. Okay, there you go. Good job, Hoob. There you go, Fish. All right. I'm coming, Pretty. What do you think, P-Dubs? What do you think? Is this crazy, P-Dubs? What do you think, P-Dubs? What do you think, Prinny? Is this good fun, Prin Weekend? Yeah, is it? Is this good fun? Or are you getting me wet? Are you getting me wet, P-Dubs? What are those boys doing over there? You better go get those. Whoa, whoa. Come on back, P-Dubs. Why don't the other two listen, huh? Why are you my only puppy dog that listens? Why are you my only puppy dog that listens? Yes, she is a good girl. Very good girl. Come on, guys. Come on, Lion. Beach exploring. Thirsty work, isn't it? Yes, it's thirsty work. But also in the St. Augustine area is some really neat architecture. So they do have a lighthouse there, which is beautiful. The Bridge of Lions is there, and also Castillo de San Marcos. Castillo de San Marcos is the oldest masonry fort in the U.S. I believe in the continental U.S. I believe there's one in Puerto Rico that is older. But it began construction in 1672. It's just a wonderful, beautiful building. And the Bridge of Lions is there. It is a double bascule bridge that you do have to go under. They do only open once every half an hour. And you know, I used to get irritated when I had to wait for a bridge. You always try and time getting to the bridge, you know, when there is an opening scheduled. But you can't always do that. You can't always count on how the currents are going to be running and that kind of stuff. So you don't know exactly what kind of speeds you're going to be making. And I don't say I love waiting for bridges now, but I actually don't mind, because they're slowly taking out the bascule bridges, the swing bridges, this wonderful history of the Intracoastal Waterway, and they're replacing them with fixed bridges, these big concrete 65-foot high bridges. And you know, the architecture, it's just very straightforward. They're just concrete road bridges, and these older bridges are just so much more beautiful. I know eventually most of them will probably get replaced, and it's a real shame. Another reason that we love the St. Augustine area is because of Vilano Beach. So this is right at the St. Augustine Inlet, where the shoal that everyone takes their vehicles onto on the weekend is there. And this area is actually Vilano Beach. St. Augustine is on the other side of the inlet. And Vilano Beach is really great. It's got a concrete fishing pier, the Vilano Beach Pier, where a lot of people fish from. And it's also got an attached floating concrete dock, and that dock is free. So we always dinghy over to it, but you can take your big boat in there, and you can stay for up to 4 hours. And right down the boulevard, about a half a mile, is a great Publix grocery store. And it's a very convenient spot to resupply. They've got great deals. They switch up their deals like every 2 weeks if you shop. Their specials you can get today, in today's day and age, you can get some reasonably priced groceries, which is nice. And there is also a Publix liquor store which is attached. I know it's not a big deal for a lot of people, but it's a nice place to pick up some fresh beer. And here is the Vilano Beach Pier with the attached concrete floating dock. We always anchor just right across from it. You can see there's a bunch of boats over there now, and there's plenty of room. You could probably fit 100 boats in there, no problem. And right on the other side of the bridge is Comanche Cove Marina, and that's where we go to get our fuel and water. Hey y'all, we're just headed into a marina to get some fuel. And there are the 2 channel markers over there. And here is the direction we're headed in. And we might not make it. According to the nav program, we're heading straight for that green marker. And that's because the currents here are wicked. So it's always deceiving and a little bit tricky getting into some of these places, because the tide is going out and it's pushing us backwards. So I'm gonna have to go way up here and then fall back through those channel markers. And I've been to this marina before. That's Comanche Cove. Once you get inside, they've got a little jetty here, You can see the jetty coming out. Once you get inside that, then the current goes away. So it's a little bit of a challenge, especially when you have a 42 horse outboard and a heavy ass boat, but we'll make her work. I'm going to make my turn here, but still keep her pointed towards the jetty because we're going to kind of slide in here sideways. We got some fishermen over here, which when you're going to crash, it's always good to have an audience. Yep, see, so you can see there's the channel markers were coming in sideways, but that's the way you got to do it. It's a little nerve-wracking the first few times you do it, but I'm pretty used to it by now, so ain't a big deal. There's the jetty, and we're heading right for the channel marker. Once we get in past this jetty, then we can back off. But here you see, easy peasy. Oh, and there we just lost the current, so now I gotta get turned before we hit the dock. There we go. Done and dusted. All right, I'm going to contact the marina and head in here and get some fuel. Talk to you later. And that's all we have time for this week. I would love to give a massive shout out to my Patreon crew. Without your guys' support, I would not make these videos. And my Patreon crew is Joan and Juddy Judnick, Val and Chris Alcorn, Denise and Eli Sackett, Sherry Erickson, Deb Shaw, Matthew Spotten, and Peter Allen. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means the world to me. And I do have one legacy patron member. Her name is Joan Lindbow. Unfortunately, she has passed on, but she lives on in our hearts forever. We miss you, Joan. If you are interested in joining our Patreon crew, there is a link in the description down below. That'll take you to our Patreon page where you can sign up, and that'll give you access to hundreds of behind-the-scenes photos and videos and real-time updates, let you know where we're at and what's going on. And you would help support the channel, which would be awesome. If you do like our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps us out more than you'll ever know. Alrighty, I hope you all are well, and we'll see you next week.